Hello and welcome to my presentation. We had to do a video of something repeatable, and since I'm not really that great at actually filming and stuff like that, I want to take my take on how I could do it. And since Professor Lee last class said it doesn't have to be funny, because I'm not that funny to be honest, uh, I was gonna show you how people or you perceive the media through the visuals. So based on the example he showed us last week about The Walking Dead, he took the concept of The Walking Dead and changed it up every time with TV shows and how it was in different scenarios. I'm going to do the same thing just in games. So I got the basic here, and all I'm going to do with these is change the visual of the basic. So I'm not going to do anything else but change the visual. This is going to change how you perceive games and media in general. And it's quite interesting. So it's more educational than actually funny. Alright, so let's go through it. So right here, we got the scene. Here is the floor. We got the background. We got the player character. And this cube here is used for mostly programming stuff. So it's just there to lead on the enemies. Alright, so let's see how it works. So right now you can see here on the left, this is the player cube, and these are the enemies. Right now I'm just shooting. As you can see here, nothing is really interesting. Everything is just gray, and there's no really feelings or perception of anything. We don't know who the bad guy is or the good guy is. So that's kind of how it is, right? If I push this button, now the enemy, or what we perceive as the enemy, since they're red, since they're red, we perceive them as enemies. That's kind of interesting. We can actually emphasize this more by turning the player character into green. So now we got the good guy who's green and the enemy as red. The interesting part is that we can change this perception just by changing colors. So let's do like this. Now the enemy is green and I'm red, meaning that all of a sudden I'm actually the bad guy and I'm shooting the good guys. That's not really good, huh? We can emphasize this by changing the background and the floor. By doing this, change everything to like a Candyland, something like that. So it gets like a childish perception. So these green boxes might not only be good guys, but might be children, or at least younger people, and you're like a bad guy coming in shooting them with your bullets. We can also change it back. As you can see here, now it's just the same. So there's like a big contrast between the colors and how much they actually influence the gameplay. We can even do a whole nother genre. I can do death threats like this. So right now you see me shooting Professor Lee. This is like in America it might be perceived as a death threat, since we got like a really angry, bloody background, and there's skulls on the floor. There's one of the students shooting one of the professors repeatedly. That's not really, it's not really a good sign. But you can also turn it quickly into a parody by changing the bullet. So right now here, what I'm doing, I'm feeding communication pills to Professor Lee, like he did in the beginning of the class. He said the most important things in media study is just communication, communication, communication. So this is more like a parody of what he actually did. And let's change it back. So as you can see here, everything is just the same except for changing the visuals. And that is my presentation of how visuals can actually change your perception in games and media in general. Thank you.